I think the more we see of this tax, the more it's obvious that it is a tax rise. It's unfair because it hits working people, particularly those on lower incomes, and it isn't going to fix the problem of social care. And I've been talking to people who are going to be hit by effectively a double whammy, because on the one hand they're getting a tax rise of several £100s. At the same time, the government wants to take away the £1,000 in universal credit uplift that we've seen. So some of these families, 2.5 million families, are going to face the double whammy of losing £1,100–1,200 a year. That's a huge amount of money. It's really unfair, and we should actually spread this across those that can actually afford it. Well, the government's acting as if there's no alternative here. They're hammering working people, and we say it should be those with the broadest shoulders that should pay their fair share. So the government is saying, if you're working, we're going to tax you. And I say, well, people earn their income, they earn their money from other ways, whether it's property, landlords, stock, shares, dividends. Those people should be paying their fair way. And the best example I can give you is this. A landlord with multiple properties doesn't pay a penny more. His or her tenants who are in work pay more tax. Nobody could argue that that's a fair way of doing this. I don't agree with the Prime Minister on that. Our analysis is that you could raise this money in other ways, whether that's capital gains tax, whether that's on property, stocks and shares and dividends. He's not even trying. He's gone straight for hammering working people. And last week I was speaking to Rosie, she's a care worker, and this double whammy is going to mean hundreds of pounds more for her in tax, £87 a month she's going to lose on universal credit. She's asked for more shifts, she can't get them. She's got childcare issues. It's people like Rosie, care workers, retail workers, hospitality workers, who are getting hammered by this government. We've been fighting the government on this uplift month in, month out. It is wrong to remove that £1,000 uplift. It'll impact millions of families who will be poorer because of it. In the long run, we would reform and change universal credit because it doesn't work well, particularly when people start to want to earn a little bit more money. They get trapped in the system. So we'd reform it in the long run, but absolutely keep this uplift at the moment. It's a lifeline for millions of families. We think there's an alternative, which is to fund this in a broader way where those with the broadest shoulders pay their fair share, and to put all of the burden on working people is wrong, it's unfair. And the thing about this tax is it's a tax rise, it's unfair because it hammers working people and it's not going to fix the problem. We don't even know when this money is actually going to be paid on social care at all, and it only addresses one small part of the problem, which is whether people have to sell their homes. Many people with moderate homes will still have to sell their homes. The much bigger questions of providing care for people in their own homes, paying the workforce properly, are left completely unaddressed by this. The principles are very clear, so let me set them out. Firstly, we must make sure that care is provided at home. The vast majority of people want their care provided at home. So the question of going into a care home is secondary. The first question is provide it at home. The second principle under our plan is that this should be preventative. There are many bits of social care which aren't provided at the moment. If they were, it would actually prevent people going into care homes in the long run. And the third issue that's really important to our plan, our principles, is that you've got to pay the workforce properly. Care workers are underpaid and undervalued, and we want to see that change, and change materially by them being paid more on more secure contracts and recognised for the hard work that they put in. So they're the principles of the plan that we put forward.